just so I know what I'm doing. And if we're writing a composition in sonata form, what we have is we have a first subject, we have a bridge passage, we have a second subject. And if you remember, the first subject will be in the tonic key, and your second subject will be in a related key, which means we're going to use the bridge passage in which to modulate to our new key. Okay, so what we need to do is decide whether we want to modulate to one of the related keys, which would either be the subdominant, the dominant, or the relative minor. I think we're going to do it to the relative minor. So I'm going to highlight this line here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 8 bars. And the reason that I'm going to do that is I'm going to create a new key. Oh, let's put that in the wrong place. Let's just place that there. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new key. So if I imagine what I did here, I'm going to do down here. So that involves going over to semibreves and popping that in there. We'll make that an A. I'm going to put that down an octave with Command and the down cursor key. So that's an A. Type in B, C, D, E, F, and we're going to use a sharp on the next one, because obviously in a harmonic minor we always sharpen the 7th note, and then A. And consequently, if I press enter there, we're in the same position that we were up here with only having the 8 bars. And I'm going to do exactly the same process that I did before. I'm going to highlight by shift and clicking, Command and C to copy, and Command and V to paste, and then Command and down an octave, so that, or there, just to keep that left hand in place. And then I'm going to highlight with the shift button again, and press 3 on the keyboard and not on the numeric keypad twice to get my triads. And then of course what I want to do is label these. I'm going to use Command and L for lyric. Remember, I'm not writing lyrics, I'm just using it as an opportunity to label. And it's chord 1 and chord 2 and so on. But this time we know that chord 1 is a minor chord, chord 2 is a minor chord, chord 3 is will be an augmented chord, and we know that because actually when we go to the G should be a G sharp. So I'm going to change that now. Command and L. That is obviously a minor chord. And then the G here should be G sharp, which means that that actually is a major chord. That is a major chord. That is a minor chord. And so is that. And so we're presented with our chord. Okay? So now we've got our first key at the top here, which is in C major. And if we want to, we could probably label that. So we could just say C major so that we know what key we're in, and we could do the same. I'm just going to copy and paste that down here. But then I'm going to double click and just change that to A minor. So we know what we're dealing with. Okay. Now my next test then is to go to the end of my chord sequence, and I'm going to just create an 8-bar harmonic progression. Okay. Now this of course means that we're going back to where we were in the first video. We need to create a harmonic progression, but this time we need to do it with halfway through moving to A minor. In order to do that, we need to decide which chords are in both C major and in A minor. Okay. Well, we can certainly see that chord 6 is in fact the same as chord 1. Okay, chord 6 is the same as chord 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the chord 6 here, Command and C to copy, and then I'm going to paste that there, okay, which, if you actually have a look in our new section, is the first, oh, hang on, I put that in the wrong place. I'm going to place it in the piano part, not the flute part, okay, which is, in the last 4 bars, acts like the chord 1. So that's chord 6 in C major, but now I want to move to A minor. So if I go back to my A minor section here, I'm going to grab that as my chord 1 in A minor, and place that there, and then we know that to get a strong sense of key, we want chord 5 to 1 to create a perfect cadence, so I'm going to grab my chord 5 and put that there, okay? Which means that I can put anything I like really in this bar in A minor. It'd be really nice if we could find a chord that was in both keys again. Well, I think chord 6 here might sound quite nice, so let's grab that. Okay, so now I can label this. If I grab that perfect cadence label and put that there, I'm also just going to extend that a bit and just put in A minor. Okay, so that's my perfect cadence in A minor. All I need to worry about now is these 4 bars here. Well, let's be honest, if we're in C major, I can just grab those 4 bars there, which is the same 4 bars as before, and put those in. So if we now listen to what our bridge passage sounds like, and what we have is a very, very nice, smooth modulation into A minor. There's no doubt that by this time it feels like it's in A minor.